Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the Intergalactic Space Arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. It's the review of Gran Turismo 6 on Classic Game Room. Gran Turismo 6, yeah, it's good. And an El Camino makes it even better. But there's other cars too, not that you'll need to drive any of them, like the Corvette, which is being hit by the El Camino here. And how about this? That's right, the El Camino can do anything. Better than most of these fancy cars, that's for sure. But hey, let's talk about cars, because Gran Turismo has a lot of them. Everything from the El Camino all the way to the Lamborghini Countach, and everything in between, including the Camaro and Firebird. And a bunch of other cars that nobody really cares about. If it doesn't have a giant bird on the hood, it sucks. Unless it says El Camino on the side, of course. And you know what you get if you combine an El Camino and a Firebird? The Fire Camino! Sadly, that's not in the game, but these other fine vehicles are. Except the A-Team van, that's also missing. Yes, it's Gran Turismo 6, which could easily be described as Gran Turismo 5 Part 2. It's basically the same game with a whole lot more of it, and I really can't complain about that. What I can complain about is that this late 2013 release is not on the PlayStation 4. It looks great on the PS3. Just imagine how incredible this would be on the PlayStation 4. Just imagine how incredible this would be on the Vectrex. Is there anything the El Camino can't do? You can carry 2 alligator carcasses and still have room to spare for beer while winning races. Try doing that in a Bugatti. Okay, in addition to the El Camino, the best improvement over GT5 is the monstrous collection of tracks and cars in this game. There's something like 1,200 cars, and if you subtract all of the Honda Civics, you have like 50 vehicles to drive. Alright, maybe a few more than that, but if you love cars, this is the game for you. Oh look, we even have carts. Why do they waste disk space on this? We could use more room for El Caminos. Gran Turismo 6 plays well. It has the kind of controls that you would expect from this series. The game is ideal for beginners and experts alike. You can adjust all kinds of different settings to make it suit your driving style, whether you're using a controller or a steering wheel. Visually, it looks great. It's one of the best looking PlayStation 3 games I've seen. Except there's still some cars missing interiors. Didn't I complain about this enough in Gran Turismo 5? Haven't you people listened? I mean, take some crayons and just draw a damn interior in the car. If it doesn't have one, this one looks quite nice, but there's still a couple of the older vehicles from earlier games or something that have blank interiors. Copy the El Camino interior, paste it over everything else. Problem solved. Now let's get all the negatives out of the way quickly here. The other disappointing feature with the game is the sound mix. Some of the cars sound far better than others, like the Corvette here, but the overall surround sound mix just isn't very exciting. I know they're trying to go for realism and a love for the purity of cars or something, but the sound is one thing you can over-exaggerate and get away with it. This is a video game after all, but you get your standard Gran Turismo career mode, where you start out with a cheap car and then race your way through easy races, earning credits and then spending it on bigger, better cars that you can upgrade. and win more challenging races, and win lots of credits and buy supercars like the El Camino. As you would expect from this series, you have several different camera views, including a nice cockpit view for most of the cars, and an excellent photo mode that you can have hours and hours of fun with, taking pictures and sharing them with your friends all over the internet. Seriously, the photo mode is great. In addition to just winning all of the races and earning credits, this is what I spend most of my time doing, collecting cars and taking pictures of them in midair. It's a lot of fun. The game is a lot of fun. You also get multiplayer, that arcade mode. You get those Gran Turismo challenges that change every couple weeks or whatever, and even some concept cars, like this fancy-ass Mercedes that still pales in comparison to you-know-what. There's enough cars and tracks and driving in this game to keep you busy for ages. You can drive with your own music, but the in-game soundtrack is pretty good too, with music from bands like 9 Inch Nails and Underworld, just to name a few. Your cars can take some physical damage, and I think it only makes them look stronger. Somebody needs to put a brush guard and minigun on the front of that GTR. It's Gran Turismo 6, a game I expected a lot from, and for the most part, it delivers. Lots of cars, lots of tracks, lots of things to do, and an incredible attention to detail. It's Gran Turismo 5+1.